welcome to a new session at Graduate Guru. We are doing the topic valuation of goodwill and shares, and in that we have seen what is goodwill, why goodwill needs to be valued. Okay, so this session we'll be taking up what are the different methods of valuing goodwill, and we'll be doing some formats and some formula which we have to use to value goodwill. So as I said, there are different methods of valuation of goodwill, and there are three main heads under that. So first is number of years purchase, second is capitalization, and third is annuity factor. So first, when I say number of years purchase, means as we saw, goodwill हम कब value करते हैं? Generally when there is sale of business या change in the ownership of the business. So because of that change, because of the sale, how many years will the goodwill remain in that particular business? जो नया business है, उसे इस goodwill का कितने सालों तक फायदा होगा? And that determines how many years I should multiply my factor with so as to get the amount of goodwill. Now, of course, when we are doing it, you'll understand it better. जो number of years है, वो already हमें sum में दिए होंगे. So this is something which I will not calculate. So number of years है, 4 years purchase, 3 years purchase, 5 years purchase, that will be given to you. That shows that जो भी हम goodwill के लिए payment कर रहे हैं, वो इतने सालों के लिए last होगा और it will remain in the business for so many years. The benefit will remain. But what will you multiply that number of years with? So there are three things. First is, I either take the gross fees or income, or I simply take the average profits. So this is a very simple one. जो भी हमारे पुराने profits है, उसका एक या तो average कर लो. Okay, that average multiplied by the number of years, उतने साल के लिए goodwill रहेगा. So that will give me the value of the goodwill. Or I take the gross fees. This is generally used when we are talking about professional firms, जैसे chartered accountants हो गए, lawyers हो गए, doctors हो गए. So उनके case में generally profit is not that important, but how much gross amount they are getting from their client, उनके fees कितने हैं. So directly जो भी fees they expect to earn, you take that and you multiply it again with the number of years, and that will give you your goodwill. If not this, then the next one, which is very important from our academic point of view, is future maintainable profits, which is also called FMP. Okay? So future में जो अभी हम profits कर रहे हैं, उसमें थोड़ा सा adjustments होगा. Now this calculation itself I'll be taking up in a little while, और ये calculation के लिए हमें एक format लगेगा which I'll be showing you. So FMP is what? Basically जो हम profits आज कर रहे हैं, वो हम फ्यूचर में भी मेंटेन करना चाहते हैं. इफ वी डोंट वांट टू अर्न एटलीस्ट मोर, एटलीस्ट इतना तो अर्न होना ही चाहिए. दैट इज कॉल्ड योर फ्यूचर मेंटेनेबल, मेंटेनिंग दैट प्रॉफिट, कीपिंग इट कांस्टेंट प्रॉफिट्स. ओके, सो फ्यूचर मेंटेनेबल प्रॉफिट्स का एक कैलकुलेशन करेंगे, वेयर हाउ वी विल डिटरमाइन. ऑब्वियसली टू फाइंड सम फ्यूचर प्रॉफिट आई शुड नो द प्रेजेंट प्रॉफिट. सो प्रेजेंट प्रॉफिट में देयर आर सम additions and subtractions which we'll be doing, and that will give us our FMP. Once we get our FMP, future maintainable profit, I multiply it again with the number of years purchase, and that will give me my value of goodwill. या फिर other than this, we have super profits. Okay, so super profits is what? It is a profit, definitely. But why super profit? Now, just to give you a simple example, there is a man and there is Superman. हम Superman को Superman क्यों बोलते हैं? Because he has some special powers. वैसे ही अगर एक कंपनी है जिसके पास कोई स्पेशल एडवांटेज है, जिसकी वजह से that company earns more profit than the other companies. So it is super हटके हो गई वो कंपनी, ऑब्वियसली उस कंपनी के पास गुडविल तो है, बट जो एक्स्ट्रा प्रॉफिट वो अर्न करती है जो दूसरे बिजनेसेस नहीं कर पाते. इफ द अदर बिजनेस, देयर आर टू बिजनेसेस ए एंड बी, बिजनेस ए बिजनेस बी दोनों भी सेम बिजनेस कर रहे हैं इन द सेम लोकेलिटी, हैविंग द सेम साइज, नंबर ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज भी उनके सेम है, स्टिल बिजनेस ए इज अर्निंग 50,000, बिजनेस बी इज अर्निंग 80,000. सो बिजनेस बी जो एक्स्ट्रा प्रॉफिट अर्न कर रहा है 30,000 एक्स्ट्रा, 50 और यहाँ पे 80 है, सो 80 minus 50 they are earning 30,000 extra. That extra profit is called super profits. Okay, so this again there is a calculation. How to calculate that दूसरी business कितना profit कर रही है, how to calculate मेरी business कितना profit कर रही है, and how to compare the two and get your super profit. So again that is a separate calculation which I'll be coming to in a little while. So any of these three, not all the three, इन तीनों में से डिपेंडिंग ऑन हमारा सम क्या कह रहा है, I will calculate one of these three amounts, multiply it by the number of years for which I feel that this amount will continue in the future, and that will give me my goodwill. ठीक है, so basically formula क्या है यहाँ पे goodwill के लिए? Goodwill is equal to either your average profit, gross fees, etc., or your FMP or your super profits into multiplied by number of years given in the sum. Okay, so that is about number of years purchase. Now coming to capitalization. What is capitalization? जो भी amount हम calculate करेंगे, I will see that how much capital I need. What is capital? Capital is the amount investment in the business, the amount which is invested in the business. So इस amount को earn करने के लिए मुझे कितना capital लगेगा, that I will find out. That is called capitalization, and I will compare it with my actual capital. Just to give you a very simple example, suppose I am earning a profit of 10,000 in a year. Now based on the market survey, 10,000 का प्रॉफिट अर्न करने के लिए किसी भी नॉर्मल बिजनेस को एटलीस्ट 1 लाख रुपीज चाहिए. ओके, सो दैट इज द बेसिक कैपिटल. सो दैट आई कैपिटलाइज्ड माय प्रॉफिट. सपोज 10% का रेट है, वील कम टू दीज कैलकुलेशंस, बट 10% का अगर रेट है तो 10,000 अर्न करने के लिए कितना कैपिटल चाहिए? 1 लाख. तो 1 लाख इंटू 10% गिव्स मी 10,000. नाउ माय बिजनेस इज अर्निंग 10,000 only by investing 80,000 rupees. दूसरे बिजनेस को 1 लाख रुपीज लगाने पड़ रहे हैं, बट मेरे बिजनेस में मैंने सिर्फ 80,000 रुपीज लगाए हैं, एंड स्टिल आई एम अर्निंग द सेम प्रॉफिट दैट दे आर अर्निंग. सी, अगर नॉर्मल रेट देखा जाए 10%, तो 80,000 पे आई शुड अर्न ओनली 8,000, बट आई एम अर्निंग 10,000 ओनली बाय इन्वेस्टिंग 80,000. एंड देयरफॉर जो मैं कम इन्वेस्ट कर रही हूं, 1 लाख minus 80,000, what I am saving by not investing in the business, that much amount, that becomes my goodwill. So that is capitalization. Again, capitalization, I can either capitalize my FMP, which is the same, future maintainable profits, or I can capitalize my super profits. So one of the two I can capitalize based on what my sum has asked. So या तो पहले FMP ढूंढेंगे, उसे capitalize करेंगे, उसे compare करेंगे and we'll find our goodwill, या फिर super profits calculate करेंगे, उसे capitalize करेंगे and we'll find the difference as the goodwill. And now coming to the third one. Third one is very much related to this number of years purchase. अब यहाँ पे what the economists say, that every year if I am earning 10,000, उसकी value same नहीं होती है. They say that the value of rupee keeps on diminishing because of inflation. So today what I can buy for 1 rupee, tomorrow obviously मुझे कुछ कम मिलेगा उस 1 rupee में ही. Okay, so there is inflation, and because of that what they say, you cannot use directly number of years. उसे एक annual factor पे inflation के factor पे उसे adjust करो, and that becomes my annuity factor. So instead of multiplying it by 4 years, 4 years के लिए जो annuity factor है मैं उससे multiply करूंगी. But this method is only used for super profits and not for FMP or average profit. Okay? So in the first situation, number of years purchase में I might have to find out gross fees, income or average profit, या FMP या super profit. In the second method, which is my capitalization method, which I explained, हम capital find out करेंगे वहां पर. There I can use FMP or super profits. But in the third method, annuity factor, generally you will only use super profit. If कोई sum में आपको बोल दिया that FMP पे annuity factor use करना है, then obviously you have to do it based on the sum. But generally in real life scenarios, this is how it is done. So super profits पे हम annuity factor भी use कर सकते हैं. Quickly take this down and then I'll give you the format for your calculation of FMP. So now let's see how we are going to calculate our future maintainable profits. अब यहाँ पे मैंने अपने example में I've just taken that we have been given information for 3 years, year 1, year 2 and year 3. Sometimes in the sum you could have information for 4 or 5 years also, या only 2 years also. So depending on what is given to you in the sum. Now what do we start with? They will always give you past profits. Okay? Now past profits means जो year 1, year 2, year 3 में actual profits हुए थे, वो profit हमें दिए जाएंगे. If the profit is before tax, fine, you don't have to do much. But suppose the profit is after tax. Clearly mention किया है that the profits given are after tax. So in that case, I have to add back the tax. Okay? So plus tax for that particular year. Now for this there is a calculation involved, that how do I calculate? अगर profit after tax दिया है, then how do I convert it to profit before tax? So when we come across a sum like that, I'll be taking up that topic, but you have to pay attention that if it is after tax, हमेशा उसे add कर दीजिए tax and you will get your profits before tax. Okay? So we start with this basically. So generally हमारे sum में profit before tax ही दिया होगा. Only in certain cases you'll have to convert it. So once I have my profit before tax, now I have to make some adjustments. So I will add back the abnormal expenses or losses of that particular year. जैसे जो business expense नहीं है, जैसे कुछ loss हुआ by some theft, कुछ चोरी हुई थी और उसकी वजह से loss हुआ था in any of these 1 year. हर साल में नहीं होगा obviously वो, it's not a recurring expense, but it is something that has happened once in a life of the company. So ऐसे expenses को हम हटा देंगे. So generally हम expense minus करते हैं. यहाँ पे I am reversing the effect and therefore I will add back the abnormal expense or the losses. I will also add back, so this is number 1, and I will also add back the expenses not payable. So I will add back the expenses not payable means हमने क्या बोला था, गुडविल कब वैल्यू होता है? जनरली जब बिजनेस चेंज हो रहा है, सो देयर इज अ सेल ऑफ बिजनेस और देयर इज अ चेंज इन द ओनरशिप ऑफ द बिजनेस. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट चेंज अगर ऐसे कोई एक्सपेंस है जो हम फ्यूचर में नहीं पे करेंगे, इन दैट केस दोज एक्सपेंसेस ऑल्सो आई विल एड बैक. There are 2 places which I can add this, so I am going to stick to the format and I will add back my expenses over here. Now same way, I will subtract the abnormal incomes abnormal or I can say non-trading incomes or gains. जैसे abnormal expenses हैं, जैसे loss by fire हो गया, loss by theft हो गया, वैसे ही if there is some income जो हमें एक particular year में हुई है, I've made a profit, I sold some asset and उसका मुझे profit हुआ है, but obviously वो profit हर साल तो नहीं होगा, so I cannot take that in my normal profit, so it becomes an abnormal gain, okay, or it becomes a non-trading gain. Non-trading means it is not directly related to my normal business, okay. So ऐसे जो भी कोई incomes है, even your income on investment comes over here, okay. So those incomes I will remove, and same way जैसे यहाँ पे expenses not payable थे, वैसे ही incomes not receivable. Okay, so in future, if there is some income which will not be earned by the new business, in that case, I will remove that also from my working. Okay, so after doing these adjustments, we will get our adjusted profits. Okay, so I've made the adjustments for whatever is not related to my business, and what we get is adjusted profits. Now, after getting the adjusted profits, we find the average. So, average adjusted profits. और किसी भी चीज का हम एवरेज कैसे लेते हैं? We take the total. So, यहाँ पे हमारे पास 3 years के profits है. So I will add all the 3 profits and I will divide it by 3. जितने years है उससे हम divide कर लेंगे. So basically your formula is total profits upon number of years. Okay, so this will give me my average adjusted profits. Now to this again, I have to make some adjustments. So what are those adjustments? I will add the incomes receivable by the new business. So पुराने business में जो incomes हमें नहीं मिल रही थी, but because of the new business, if I am going to make some additional income every year, it should be constant. In that case, I will add that incomes to my average adjusted profits. I will subtract the expenses payable again by the new business. So in future, suppose my old business was in a small office. Now the new business will be in a bigger office. तो उन्हें extra rent भरना पड़ेगा. तो जो भी extra expense है नए business के, वो हम subtract कर देंगे. We will also subtract the non-trading incomes if I had not subtracted it earlier. ओके यहाँ पर मैंने ऑलरेडी नॉन ट्रेडिंग इनकम लिया हुआ है, बट अगर हम यहाँ पर नहीं लेते हैं और डायरेक्टली इफ वी टेक ओवर हियर ऑल्सो इट्स ओके. सो यू विल एडजस्ट योर नॉन ट्रेडिंग इनकम ऑल्सो ओवर हियर, एंड what you will get after doing these adjustments, you will get your adjusted trading profit. Okay, and this will be obviously before tax. And from this, I will subtract income tax. Okay, and that will give us our FMP. Okay, so basically what I am doing is that future में जो भी expense या income नहीं होने वाले हैं हम उनका adjustments कर रहे हैं, reverse adjustments over here. Then whatever is new expenses or incomes in the future उसका adjustment हम यहाँ पर करेंगे after the average. और यहाँ पर I can either adjust the non-trading income या फिर यहाँ पर दोनों तरफ नहीं लेना है. It has to be at any one of the places. Once you've done all of this, you get your trading profits before tax. You subtract the tax if the tax rate is given. You cannot assume anything. Tax rate अगर sum में दिया है वो use करो, minus करो tax, and what you get is your future maintainable profit. Take down this format and then we'll go ahead with the calculation for the goodwill. Now, once I have the FMP calculated, there are two ways of calculating goodwill. So, FMP use करके, either my goodwill is simply going to be FMP into number of years purchase, जो मैंने already समझाया, that this is based on that ये FMP मुझे कितने साल तक sustain होगा. How many years will I be able to make this same type of profit because of the business which was taken over. So ये amount will be given to you in the sum, कितने years purchase है. So FMP into number of years purchase करो. Or the second method that we saw, capitalization. So capitalized FMP, I'll explain this term. Capitalized FMP minus capital employed. Okay, so this मैंने जो example दिया था, that suppose I'm earning 10,000, दूसरे businesses को वही 10,000 earn करने के लिए अगर 1 lakh required है, then that is nothing but my capitalized FMP, and I compare it with my actual capital. So again, in my example that I had told you, that suppose हमें वही amount earn करने के लिए I have used only 80,000, then that is my actual capital employed, which is 80,000. So I'll compare 1 lakh with 80,000. 20,000 का जो difference है, that is nothing but my goodwill. So for this capitalized FMP, there is a formula. So we take FMP upon NRR. Now what is this NRR? I'll come to that in a second. You multiply it by 100 because this NRR is a percentage. So वो percentage का effect देने के लिए I multiply it by 100. So FMP upon NRR into 100. This will give me my capitalized FMP. For capital employed, again there is a detailed format which I am just going to do it with you. But before that, I need to explain to you what NRR is. NRR is normal rate of return. Now what is this normal rate of return? पहले तो rate of return क्या होता है? Rate of return is nothing but your profit percentage. Okay, so generally अगर हम किसी चीज में 1 lakh invest करते हैं और हमें वहां से 10,000 का इनकम आता है, then your NRR is 10,000 upon 1 lakh into 100. Percentage calculation, that is 10%. So that becomes my normal rate of return. Now what is normal rate of return when you are talking about businesses? अगर एक इंडस्ट्री है, जैसे टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री में जो नॉर्मल बिजनेसेस है, अगर कोई नया भी बिजनेस है, जस्ट शुरू हुआ है, अगर दे आर अर्निंग 10% ऑन देयर कैपिटल, देन दैट इज नथिंग बट योर नॉर्मल रेट ऑफ रिटर्न. एंड सपोज एज कंपेयर टू दैट, इफ माई कंपनी इज अर्निंग मोर, then that is my extra rate of return. So ये again normal rate of return generally will be given to you in the sum. If it is not given, they will give you some information to calculate it. Something like your risk-free rate of return. Risk-free rate of return is nothing but what your banks give you on the savings account. Safest investment क्या होता है? Bank deposit. So bank deposit पे जो हमें amount मिलता है, that is the risk-free rate. Okay, I don't have any risk when I put my money in the bank. I will definitely get a certain percentage as interest from that. So that I start with the risk-free rate of return. So whatever is the current bank rate, that we start with, and you add your return for risks. So whatever extra risk the business is taking, that उसके लिए 1% या 2% add करते जाओ, and that total amount will become your normal rate of return for that particular business. Okay? Now what will we do? Suppose हमारे example में FMP आया 10,000, NRR, that is your normal rate of return, is say 10%. So 10,000 upon 10, यहाँ पर हम percent नहीं लिखेंगे, into 100. या अगर हम यहाँ percent use कर रहे हैं when you are dividing, you will not use this multiply by 100. So generally remember this formula. So 10,000 upon 10 into 100, you will get 1 lakh on your calci. Okay, so that 1 lakh becomes your capitalized FMP. And as I said, that we have to compare with our capital employed, जो actual हमारा capital है business में डाला हुआ. Again, that is a format which I'll do it after this. So first take this down and then we'll go to the calculation of capital employed. So now let's understand how to calculate the capital employed, जो कि हमें हमारे दूसरे formula में use होता है. So capital basically we've always known capital is something that you invest in the business. Now capital का हमने accounting equation भी right since the beginning when you start your accounts. You are told what is an accounting equation. So accounting equation basically says that capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. Fine. So if in a balance sheet मेरे पास asset side पे assets हैं, liability side पे there will be liability plus capital. So अगर मैं assets minus liabilities कर दूं, तो obviously the net figure which I will get is the capital. And that is what basically we are going to do over here. So we start with the assets at adjusted values. Now what is adjusted values? Sometimes हमारे बैलेंस शीट में एक एसेट का वैल्यू कुछ दिख रहा है, बट एक्चुअल मार्केट में या तो उसकी वैल्यू ज्यादा है या कम है. सो इन दैट केस दे विल गिव अस दैट व्हाट इज द न्यू वैल्यू ऑफ दैट एसेट. सो आई एम गोइंग टू टेक दैट वैल्यू व्हेन आई एम कैलकुलेटिंग माय कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड. सो वी विल टेक ट्रेडिंग एसेट्स ओनली रिलेटेड टू माय बिजनेस. अगर हमने सिर्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए कोई एसेट्स रखे हैं, then those assets will be ignored. Again, the sum will be very clear whether a particular asset is a trading asset or not. So I will concentrate on the trading assets. Fixed plus current. What are fixed assets? Plant and machinery, furniture, land and building, your computers, equipments, etc., etc. So all those assets which you keep in the business for a long period of time, that is fixed assets plus current. What are examples of current assets? Debtors, stock, bills receivable, cash bank, prepaid expenses. So these are my current assets. So I'll take the total of fixed plus current. Okay. Now this is very important. What you have to ignore. Asset side पे ऐसी बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं जो मुझे यहाँ पर इस total में include नहीं करना है. So first and foremost, non-trading assets. और वहां पे सबसे important example is investment. If in my balance sheet there is investment, I always have to assume that ये non-trading है, मेरे business से related investment नहीं है, and I have to ignore it. Then fictitious assets, जो कि asset side पे है, but they are not assets at all. जैसे अगर कोई loss है, कोई एक्सपेंस है या कोई लॉस है, जैसे व्हेन वी इश्यू शेयर्स you give discount. That discount, suppose, is appearing on your asset side. That is not an actual asset. It's a fake asset. It's a false asset. So, fictitious assets जैसे losses and expenses, I will ignore. And most importantly, अगर जब मैं goodwill value कर रही हूँ, जो बैलेंस शीट मुझे दिया है उसमें ऑलरेडी अगर गुडविल है तो उस गुडविल को you are not going to take in your calculation. So, existing goodwill you are going to ignore. Okay, so after doing this you get your assets. From that I subtract my external liabilities. Why the word external? जो liabilities हमें outsiders को pay करनी है, not to the owners. Owners के लिए क्या होता है? Capital होता है. Profits जो होते हैं वो owners के लिए होते हैं. So जो भी हमें outsiders को liabilities pay करनी है, जैसे कि creditors, any loans if you have taken, outstanding expenses, debentures, if it's a company they may have debentures which is also a kind of a loan, funds to the extent of payable amount. Now what are these funds? Sometimes in the balance sheet you will see workmen compensation fund. That fund is created ताकि जब भी वर्कमैन को या वर्कर्स को कोई अमाउंट पे करना पड़े हम वो फंड यूज करेंगे. It is like a profit. But if you have to pay a liability on it, then that amount you will include over here. Baki ka fund will be transferred as a profit. Okay. So that, and after doing this plus and minus, what you get is your capital employed. So this is a classic way of calculating your capital employed. But your sum may not give you the information for assets and liabilities. Then what? In that case, I go to another method of doing capital employed, which is called the liability side method. This was basically the asset side method. This is called liability side method. So I start only with the capital. जो capital actual है balance sheet में, उसी से I will begin my calculation. To that I add my reserves and surplus. So whatever collected profits are there, those profits are added over here because वो किसे belong करते हैं? To the owners, and that becomes a part of the capital. Whenever profit is added to the capital, it increases my capital. So I'll add that. If यहाँ पे जो हमने देखा था adjusted value, so अगर एक asset है मेरे balance sheet में at 1 lakh और अब market में उसकी value है 1,20,000, तो 20,000 का जो मुझे profit हो रहा है वो यहाँ पर separately add होगा. यहाँ पर adjust हो जाता है in this value, but for this calculation I have to add it separately. Same way, if the value has gone down and I have made a loss, then loss is subtracted. Okay? Then यहाँ पर जो हम ignore करते थे ये तीनों चीजें, वो यहाँ पर actual minus कर देना है. Okay? Because when I have capital में ये सारे assets include हो गए हैं. So I am going to remove them. So fictitious assets which I already explained, non-trading assets जैसे investment, और अगर goodwill already balance sheet में है तो वो भी निकाल देंगे. And finally you get your capital employed. Now this capital employed is the closing capital employed on the last day of the year, last day of the balance sheet. वैसे ही हम opening capital भी calculate कर सकते हैं. Formula remains the same. अगर मैं ओपनिंग बैलेंस शीट से अमाउंट्स लूंगी तो वो ओपनिंग कैपिटल हो जाएगा, क्लोजिंग बैलेंस शीट से अमाउंट्स लूंगी तो वो क्लोजिंग कैपिटल हो जाएगा. नाउ व्हाई एम आई टॉकिंग अबाउट ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग? बिकॉज इन सम सम्स दे विल टेल यू दैट यू हैव टू कैलकुलेट योर गुडविल बेस्ड ऑन एवरेज कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड. सो कमिंग ओवर हियर नाउ टू आवर एवरेज कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड. एवरेज कैपिटल के लिए आई हैव टू कंसिडर बोथ ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग. So पहला फॉर्मूला है ओपनिंग कैपिटल भी कैलकुलेट करो प्लस क्लोजिंग कैपिटल एंड डिवाइड बाय 2. You automatically get your average. Suppose you don't have that much of information, एक ही बैलेंस शीट है. Then if I have the closing balance sheet, then my formula is I take the closing capital employed जो हमने already calculate किया minus half of the current year's profits after appropriation. Okay, so जो भी, I'm sorry, this should be before appropriation and not after. I'll just change it. So basically what is appropriation? Appropriation means हमने रिजर्व को ट्रांसफर किया या डिविडेंड्स पे किए, ऑल दिस बिकम्स अ पार्ट ऑफ माय अप्रोप्रिएशन. सो अप्रोप्रिएशन करने से पहले जो एक्चुअल मेरा प्रॉफिट आफ्टर टैक्स है, दैट प्रॉफिट आधा, उसका हाफ ऑफ दैट आई विल सब्ट्रैक्ट फ्रॉम माय क्लोजिंग और आई विल ऐड टू माय ओपनिंग. सो डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड यू हैव कैलकुलेटेड. If your sum is silent, you will just calculate the capital employed and you'll go ahead with your calculation of goodwill. But if the sum is specific, that average capital ही चाहिए, only then you'll go to any of these three formulas and calculate your average capital employed. Okay, so this is how capital employed is calculated, which will be used for calculating goodwill by using your capitalization method for FMP. So in this session we've done how to calculate FMP, what is NRR, how different formula are used to calculate goodwill from FMP, and finally we've seen how to calculate capital employed. Take this down. I'll wind this session over here. Next session we'll be doing some sums based on these concepts. Thank you.